Let's talk about the Wild One easy to clean collars. These are fantastic if your dog is going swimming, playing in the water, if you're going to the beach. They're really nice because they are easy to clean. They're going to be dirt resistant and they're not going to pick up a smell. So these are fantastic for when your dog is going to be getting wet. And I really love them because they come in a bunch of different colors. They're really nicely made. So specifically, they say it has an easy to clean flex poly strap and it's an all-weather collar, which is comfy and functional. It's also water, dirt, and odor resistant. It's got a zinc alloy buckle, a coated carbon steel D-ring, and it's really, really nice. It feels very luxurious. And so when you take a look at this, you can see it's got the D-ring. This is actually not something that feels like metal. It's not cold to the touch. It doesn't feel like it's going to be something that like my dogs like to kind of tug on each other's collars to play. This is not going to really hurt the other dog's tooth. And so it's going to be comfortable up against their skin. It's really nicely made. And then this is just a very smooth metal. Like it feels very nice and very luxurious. This is a medium for my English Springer Spaniels. You're going to have to size accordingly. They do have those charts on the Amazon page, which by the way, this is linked down below for you. And they come in a bunch of different colors. So you can see this is actually very simple to use. You're just going to put it through like any normal collar. And it does come apart like this. It's got multiple places where you can do your sizing. If you need to punch an extra hole, you can. And then you're just going to feed it through the little loop here. The nice thing is with this, it actually has little braces on either side. So this is not going to move around as you're trying to get it on your dog. It's also not going to move around while your dog is playing, which means it's going to be less of a chance of them slipping out of this. We know with some like cheaper made collars, that just moves the entire length of this. And at any point your dog could get out of the collar. That's not going to happen with this one. So we can see we have triple braced it right here. And then we've got our really nice D-ring, which I'm a big fan of the D-rings that match the collars. It looks really nice, but it also feels really nice. And so you are just going to be able to pop that right over your dog's neck, whatever size hole you're going to need for that. You're just going to feed it right back through. And then if it's long enough, I did it on the smallest or the largest hole, you're going to thread it through here and it's just going to stay over to this side. So let's just say I am going to make this for my dog to fit a little bit tighter. If my dog's a little bit on the smaller side, it's just going to go right through that loop there. And you can see how it is not really going to be too much of an impactful thing. So it's going to fit very well if you have sized it appropriately, but it feels really nice. It is very strong. This is not something that has a ton of give to it. So it is not going to stretch out. And the nice thing is, especially like with my dogs, they like to tug on each other's collars when they play sometimes. One of them does. One of them does, and we're working on it. But that also means in some collars, it leads to like a sagging collar if it's nylon because it pulls it out a little bit. This is exactly where it's going to stay and you are not going to have that give and that wear and tear when it comes to this. So this is really nice, again, because it is going to be kind of waterproofing. It doesn't matter how they get it dirty. You are going to be able to very easily just wipe that right off. You can stick it in your sink and just wash it with some soap and let it dry. Because it is the material that it is, it's not going to pick up a smell. So you're not going to have that like, that was wet smell later on. It's very easy to clean, very easy to maintain, very easy to wear. It is all weather, so this is really great for when it's wet. You might want to be mindful of like having it on all of the time. I don't keep this particular one on my dog all the time, like this type of collar, just because I don't want them to like be outside playing and doing all the things and get all sweaty and then have it irritate them in any way. I want something that's going to be a little bit more breathable, especially if it's like hot and sweaty outside like it is right now. And so this is my water play collar. This is when we are going swimming. It's when we're going to the ocean. It's when we are going to the pond. It's when we are going to be out in the rain, so that my other collars, the more breathable ones, do not pick up the smell and the dirt and all this stuff. So this is our adventure collar, as I call it. And it comes in a ton of different colors. I'm actually going to be buying more of these. I found a good deal on these the other day, so I got a handful of these. I am prepared with this color, but there are other colors that I'm going to be looking into as well. So I very much like this. This has worked very well for us, and I'm going to be continuing to work with them for now as well. So drop your questions down below and let me know what other types of collars or leashes or harnesses or things that you can use while you're traveling with your dog should I be testing out to see if it's going to be a good fit for you based on whether or not it's a good fit for us. I would love to hear from you down below. Let me know what I need to be checking out and follow along for more tips and tricks on leashes, harnesses, collars, things that are going to work for you while you're training your dog, socializing your dog, and most importantly, traveling with your dog here on the channel. We'll see you in tomorrow's daily episode.